Please pay attention. A little information here. We're going from Denver to Grand Junction. We'll go through a total of 43 tunnels. Out of all those tunnels, there's only one tunnel that we ask everybody to have a seat and remain seated. And that's the tunnel coming up here momentarily. So if you're in a car, find yourself a seat, remain seated until we get through this tunnel. It's known as the Moffat Tunnel. It's 6.2 miles long. It takes us 10 minutes to go through it. We do not want any coal dust or diesel fuel to come inside this car. It's not detrimental, but it definitely is annoying. So we ask everybody to find themselves a seat. Once we get on the other side of the Moffat Tunnel, you can go ahead and you be able to go ahead and move from car to car. And as soon as we come out, you'll see on the left-hand side the Winter Park Ski Lodge and ski lifts. Then also, 10 minutes from now, as we get out of the tunnel, we'll be at the town of Fraser. Stay on the platform, do not wander off. I'll repeat that announcement later on, but right now, just find yourself a seat in the car you wish to have a seat in. We'll be in the tunnel for about 10 minutes. Once you get out, you can move down freely. Thank you. Alright, let me pass down a little bit of information. I know, not a whole lot, but I got a little bit. There'll be a quiz later on, so you should take notes. We'll be coming up in the Moffat Tunnel here momentarily. If you look over on the right-hand side, you'll start seeing some tracks. It goes back and forth. It's a trail. What it was is the actual railroad line itself. And what they call it the ladder. They zigzag back and forth to get the elevation to go over the top of the Continental Divide. David Moffat came up with the idea. He says, let's go ahead and get a tunnel going through here. And that way we can cut down our time. There's this branch right there that switched there, took it right off, went up there and went out to the mountains. On the right hand side right here, you'll see a couple of houses. There's only a few houses left. And on the left hand side right here, before you go inside the tunnel, there's a building there called the fan house or blower house. They turn on the blowers. AC on 97. There's only one track in this tunnel. Regardless of which direction we go, whether it's freight or passenger, once that train goes through, they close the overhead door. They turn on the blowers and it blows it out. You got to have that air circulation in there, because if the oxygen's just too thin, there's not enough oxygen there for the diesel to burn, and the engine will stall out and it'll be trapped in there. Amtrak has never done that, and there hasn't been a freight train done that since they put it in the blower house. So they make sure, regardless how many trains are backed up, one train at a time. When they went ahead and went over the tracks, over the mountain with the tracks, it took them 5.5 hours to go over it. And they could not take a full train set, but either it was too long or it was too heavy. So they had to break it up in several pieces to take it over. And even though we don't get snow every day out here, we do get snow occasionally out here. And when the snow does come, and it does stop, the problem we have then is the drifting, because it's the Continental Divide. You got that wind blowing all the time. You might have a foot of snow. That's all mean. You probably have 6 foot, 8 foot, 10 foot trees. They decided we'll build them off the tunnel. At that time, it cost them $14 million to build that tunnel. But it only took them about 30 to 45 minutes to go through that tunnel. So 5.5 hours, 45 minutes, hey, they made money off that deal. Good idea. It was David Moffat's idea. He financed it. Problem, he didn't have enough money. So he went bankrupt. The state of Colorado picked it up. There's another tunnel right beside us. It's a smaller tunnel. The only thing in that tunnel is water. We're bringing water from the west side to the east side, and it goes into Denver. And if you live in Denver, you pay the water bill, and we're paying for this tunnel. So that offsets the cost. David Moffat also had another bad idea. He didn't even get to see his dream completed. He died before it was open. It started in 1923. They completed it in 1927. And in February 1928, the first time they used it. Most tunnels are built level. I don't care if it has a turn in it or it's straight. Most tunnels are level. Not this tunnel. This tunnel is built at an incline to the center. At the apex, the center of the tunnel, it is 9,243 feet. 9,243 feet. Almost 2 miles from ground level, sea level. And it's built that way because at the center of the apex, there's another shaft that goes straight up to the Continental Divide. Back in 1928, when they started using this tunnel, they had that built like that because you had steam locomotives. You had smoke, you had steam, you didn't have the blower house, so they built it like a chimney and went out automatically. So they got rid of it. Got rid of a lot of it, but did not get rid of all of it. The engineers, the brakemen,
everybody in that train, when they came out, they were smoked. They were pitch black, they were smoked. So it came out to be advantageous to have for time, money, equipment, and health. Once we get outside the Moffat Tunnel, oh, one more thing about the Moffat Tunnel too. They started on both sides, the east side as well as the west side, and they built their way to the center. When they got to the center, they were only off by 3.5 inches. And back then, all they had was nitro, dynamite, and surveyors. No GPS, no coring machines. They had real explosive, and they had surveyors. When you get outside the tunnel, if you're going past Granby, you look across the river, you'll see a little ledge that follows the mountain a little bit. That ledge was built directly for surveyors. The surveyors get over there, look across the river, and they would survey where the railroad tracks that we're riding on today. When you look on the left-hand side, you'll see the ski lifts going up down the mountains of Winter Park. In the summertime, they use bicycles out there, and they ride the bicycles down. I don't know how they do it up, but I know when they go down. And after we get down now, we got 10 minutes, we'll be at Fraser. That's our stop on Winter Park, Fraser. We'll stop there for those people getting off to go skiing or whatever they want to do up here. And also those individuals going farther west, it's an opportunity for you to step outside, stretch your legs, get some fresh air. We'll pick up the Colorado River and we just follow it all the way out for 248 miles. So, yes.
There was elk back there too.
Yep. There's elk all over here. Now, if you're coming back this way later on, there's more chances of picking up wildlife there because you come back in the later part of the afternoon. Because there are all the wildlife to kind of stay up to the top, and as the day gets shorter, they move down and get grazed down that way. So, plenty of stuff out here to look at. Take in consideration too the vastness out here. There's still sections of this railroad track. If we had a broken knuckle and we didn't have any more knuckles on this train, we had to call Amtrak, get us some knuckles. We had to wait till somebody gets on a truck, get it close to a track, get on a track and drive it out to us. They can't get no roads, they can't take their Colorado River because there's no access to it. So if you take into consideration back in the 1800s, 1900s, you went across the prairies, you had a covered wagon, you're doing 10 miles a day. You went by horse, you go 10 to 20 miles. You're filling up your ears, about ready to get out of the tunnel. Then, all right, I kept you entertained, I kept you from going to car to car. I thought my job was done.
Thank you.
All right, 10 minutes, way apart. You want to step out, stretch your legs, you're more than welcome to do so. There you go.
Yellow flag.